Has added to the evidence that eating a Mediterranean-style diet, which includes foods such as fruits, vegetables, breads, grains, beans, nuts, and seeds, can help you live longer and avoid some diseases. But how can you still reap the benefits and eat healthy if you have an allergy to nuts, which of course is very common? Dr. Marcia A, who is an anti-aging physician and a holistic gynecologist, has some suggestions for us. Hello, Dr. Harris.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful.
Well, let's talk about those foods that are very common, as we've just said, in a Mediterranean diet, that are really good for our health. Go down that list again for us.
Well, think about colors. Reds, greens, purples, all the colors, fruits, vegetables, whole grain, nuts, and seeds. They are absolutely amazing. They've got all the antioxidants. They've got everything that we need, the minerals and everything else. That's what we need to eat.
So the more color it has, and in most cases, the more nutrition it has for us. But when we get to we're talking, of course, about allergies, and nut allergies seem to be more common. It seems almost every baby born today has a nut allergy, and I'm being dramatic about that. But what does a person do if they do have an allergy to nuts?
Well, you know, first what you do is you figure out what do you get from the nuts. And what do we get? Protein, we get fiber, and you look for what else gives you protein, what else gives you fiber.
And what would those things be, doctor?
Well, things like dairy, things like
Certainly vegetables give you the fiber.
The fiber, yeah. Vegetables give you the fiber, and
But also the amount, too.
Well, you know what? The amount is important, but the amount is not as important as the what, because if you eat enough organic, for example, you can eat less and still get it, okay? But you need the colorful fruits, all of the above. The things that give you the vitamins, the tomatoes and the broccoli and all the greens, the kale and the collards and that type of thing.
So I'm allergic to peanuts.
Okay.
So I get my nutrition from my stouts and my ales and those kinds of things. You know, I mean, really. I mean, you know, seriously.
Well, and Budweiser, is that what you're saying?
No, the stouts and the ales, you know, that kind of stuff.
Well, you know,
Samuel Adams.
There's a lot of malt allergy out there, too.
Oh,
That's
well,
a different,
careful. Thank goodness I don't
Julian.
suffer from that.
So be careful.
That's for sure.
Can I ask you, I want to talk about a little bit of how to eat healthier as we get older, but before we do, is it possible for people to develop nut allergies older in life?
Oh, yeah, you can develop an allergy at any point in time. Absolutely. Now, once you have been exposed to the thing, you can then develop an allergy to it.
Yeah,
yes.
And that's so unfortunate because I love nuts. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't.
Well, you know, for me, like with the peanuts, you know, I didn't have a peanut allergy until later in life. I used to eat peanuts all the time. All of a sudden, I just realized that eating peanuts or anything that closely related to it, I would break out in a rash, itching, so on and so forth. Why is it does our immune system break down after a certain age?
Well, okay. What really happens in terms of allergy, any time you are exposed to something, your body can build antibodies, okay? Anytime you're exposed to it, your body can build antibodies. So it really can happen at any time.
You mentioned organic, and I'm a huge fan of organic fruits and vegetables, but they are often so much more expensive than the other fruits and vegetables. If what I can afford is not necessarily the organics, do I have to compensate? Do I have to consume more of them?
No. Yes. What happens is our bodies know what it needs. And if you are eating organic, you can then eat less. So you're spending more money, but you're getting better food, and it's being assimilated better and used better by your body, so you can actually buy and eat and use less.
Now, Christina won't know anything about this because she's a young little pup here. But for us aging...
Speak for yourself.
I heard that.
For this aging
Julian doesn't want to be part of that one.
How
right?
should we change our diet? How should we eat to keep us healthy, help us live longer?
It is all lifestyle, and it comes back to exactly what we're talking about, whether it's called the Mediterranean diet or whatever you want to call it, it comes down to eating fruits, vegetables, whole grain, nuts.
Are there foods that we should
seed.
avoid as we get older that perhaps were okay to eat when we were younger, but once you reach a certain age?
Well, it's never okay to eat sugar, for example.
Oh,
no.
Dr. Harris.
We do that because that's the way we were socialized, not because it's good for us. Sugar has no nutritional value, no nutritive value. We like it sweet because that's what we were told it needs to taste like.
But here's the
So
problem,
weird.
though. You find, especially in a lot of urban areas where people of color live, they don't have access to great supermarkets, grocery stores where you can find these fruits and vegetables.
Especially the organic.
That's a real
Absolutely,
problem.
yeah.
That is absolutely a real problem.
Are frozen vegetables okay for them in that case? Is that the
Frozen's
alternative?
good. Frozen is really good, as opposed to canned. Because canned, there's preservatives and salts and other bad things in it. Whereas frozen, usually they're flash frozen, and the nutrients are still in there and it's sealed in.
Well, how do you balance
So
this
that's
stuff?
good.
Oh, I'm sorry, Christina, but just in terms of balancing, because Easter's coming up Sunday. I'm having my roast pork shoulder, but I guess you have to balance that with something.
Well, let me put it this way. If you were to have roast pork shoulder every day, that would be a problem. But every now and then, it's okay.
I love you.
It always comes down to eating healthy, eating in moderation, and not eating all the stuff that we love to eat.
How about that?
That's what
But
it
I'm
always
also
comes down
curious
to.
about how you consume some of these things. I'm a big fan of smoothies. I love putting my fruits and putting my vegetables in a blender and just drinking my nutrition. My mother, on the other hand, is old school, and she believes that you should be eating, you should be chewing your fruits and vegetables. Does it matter?
Doesn't matter, as long as you get it.
All right, Dr. Marcia Harris, thank you very much
Thank you for having me.
for raining on our parade around here, telling us that we can't eat any sugar.
I'm having my stout and my ale.
We appreciate it, and we wish you good health.
Thank you.
All right, well, the president is actually